This is the entire cleaner recruitment funnel in my cleaning business. So recruitment is one of the biggest challenges of growing a successful cleaning business, because ultimately the majority of people that apply for a cleaning position at your company are not going to be suitable. It is unfortunately quite difficult to really find the superstar cleaners for our business. So our funnel needs to allow us to effectively process a large volume of applications and then to cherry pick and find those superstars. So let's jump straight into it. So first of all, we need to identify where do we find these pools of cleaner applicants. So generally, the place that is going to be the first port of call is Indeed.com. Indeed.com is basically the world's largest recruitment website. So if you are a cleaner looking for work, you'll go to Indeed.com and you can search for cleaning positions in your particular location, and then you'll see a long list of jobs advertised. So these will be from other cleaning companies who posted a job ad. And basically we want to create a job ad within those lists of results, because that is where the majority of people who are looking for work there and then are going to be. There are obviously other channels. We need to be asking our existing cleaners for referrals from friends and family. Maybe we try some ads in the local shops or local newspapers, and all these areas are definitely worth trying. But Indeed.com is probably going to be where you get the most volume. The way I look at it is Indeed is effectively the Google for the recruitment world. So on our application, we make sure of a couple of things. So we make sure that we use lots of bullet points, it's spaced out, the job ad is not too lengthy. We need to make sure that if someone was to see it on your mobile screen, it wouldn't be a long ad that they would need to scroll through and read for a long time. People get bored, people don't read the whole thing, so we need to make it very short and concise. We need to be very clear what the pay rate is right at the start. We need to be clear which locations the job covers and how many hours. Those are the three key points, and it needs to be very, very clear up front. It can't be buried in the job ad itself. So make this clear at the top. One of the things that I tell people is to look at other larger companies in your area, so larger independent companies or the franchises. Base your job ad on their template. So obviously don't copy and paste it, but in terms of how it's structured and how it's laid out, you want to try and borrow some of the ideas from them, because they have probably spent lots and lots of money testing these things, and obviously they are successful larger companies, so we can sort of piggyback on what has worked. So Indeed.com is the place to go. Create a job ad, and the call to action is obviously to apply. Once you have those applications, then the next step in our process is to send them a Calendly link to self-schedule a telephone interview. So that's quite a mouthful. Basically, what we are doing is, by responding to an applicant, we are acknowledging that it's been received, but then we send them a Calendly link. Calendly is an online scheduling software. So we want to get them to book a telephone interview in our calendar. So we can tell Calendly which days of the week and which times of the day we're available to take calls. And then the Calendly link will allow that cleaner applicant to then self-schedule a time in the diary. And the reason we do this is that we want to avoid the back and forth, which might say, okay, are you available between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. on Tuesday? Yes, I am, but can we start at 3:15? We want to avoid this back and forth, because we're getting a large volume of applications. So if we're doing this with every single applicant, it's just going to take far too much time. So use Calendly for the cleaner to self-schedule. These are the slots that are available. If they can't make any of those slots, then they simply can't move forward in the process. We obviously want to make sure that there's enough availability in the calendar. So we tend to block out the next sort of 2-3 days and allow those cleaners to self-schedule. So the other thing to say is that when they book in, they need to take a bit of initiative. They need to make a bit of an effort to self-schedule a telephone interview, because what you'll often find is that by having these steps in the process, it does take a little bit of effort for that applicant to go through the process. if they're not sure about your company and not sure about wanting to get a job with you, they're probably not going to take that step. And that's fine. We just want to phase them out of the application process. We just want to focus on those people that really, really want it. So the next step is to self-schedule a telephone interview with them. So the next point is that, at that book time, the cleaner needs to call you. You're not calling out, because again, what you'll find is that for any of you that have run telephone interviews, if you as the owner are doing the outbound calls, many people simply don't pick up the phone. This was a real surprise to me at the beginning. I thought everyone would pick up an interview that they had booked, but that is not the case. So get the cleaner to call you. Be very clear on the confirmation that they need to call you for the interview. Again, it shows that they're reading the documentation, they're following instructions, which is obviously very important as a cleaner. You wait for their call. If they are 5 minutes late, or 15 minutes early, or they email you a couple of minutes before to reschedule, these are all red flags. They would not pass on to the next stage of our recruitment process. So make sure that when the cleaner calls you, it is at the exact time. So we tend to give them plus or minus 5 minutes either side. Anything more than that, we just would not progress that cleaner, because punctuality, particularly in the house cleaning industry, is really, really important. We don't want our clients waiting for 15 minutes and wondering whether our cleaner's going to arrive or not. And similarly, we don't want our cleaners to arrive 20 minutes early, because that could be equally inconvenient. So on the telephone interview, we're trying to figure out, are they punctual? Can they follow instructions by calling us? And then on the call itself, really, we don't want to invest a huge amount of time at this stage. We just want to, what we tend to do is we'll tend to run through, the pay rates, the locations, the hours, and just make sure that all those three things, they're happy with. If there's any, unsure, any sort of comments that indicate that maybe they're unsure or not quite there, then again, that is a red flag. These three should all be, yes, that's fine. The hours are fine. The pay is fine. The locations is fine. Because if there are any issues early on and you do hire them, there'll probably be issues once they hire, and you probably either have to get rid of them or they'll leave. So you want to get rid of any unsure candidates early on in your process. So assuming that they're happy with all these points, then you will tell them that the next phase of the interview process is for them to book a Zoom call. And this is important. It's a face-to-face call. Again, if you are running a house cleaning business, your cleaner will be the front of your company, the face of your company. So you need to make sure, of that face-to-face interaction, because we're not running face-to-face interviews where we have a local office. We like the idea of having a remote cleaning company. We use Zoom, we use digital assets to help us run this far more efficiently. So again, after the call, we will send them a Calendly link, this time with a Zoom, and they will need to self-schedule. Again, some people will not go ahead and self-schedule. Maybe they've sort of had to think about it and they don't want to push forward and book another interview. And again, that is absolutely fine. We don't want to be focusing on those candidates. They will filter out of the process. So again, same thing. We need to make sure that they call us and they call us on time. And we just want to maybe have a bit more of an in-depth conversation with them. You can ask certain whatever questions, any technical questions, talk about their experience. And we're just trying to get a feel of how that cleaner is face-to-face, having a conversation with the client. Because, we only hire English-speaking clients because we think this is English-speaking cleaners, because we think that is really important with regards to communication with the client. So the Zoom interview is really, really important for us. So assuming that everything goes well on the Zoom interview, we'll then tell them that yes, we would like to make you a job offer, and that after the Zoom, we will send them the contract by email. And what we do is we use online signing software, and there are lots of, DocuSign is one, but there are lots of different options out there. And what that is that a copy of the contract is sent to the cleaner, and then they just need to add their online signature. They don't need to print it out and PDF it and send it back to us. They simply just need to open the document, make sure they're happy with the conditions, and then sign it and then come back to us. And that is them accepting the contract. Again, we use this as a way, people may be very, very happy to receive the job offer, but maybe they don't they don't decide to sign, and we don't chase them. We are chasing them, and maybe they're not sure about actually going ahead with the job offer. We also say that we need to get a yes or no from them in 24 hours. And if they haven't said yes or no within 24 hours, then we'll assume that they don't want to move forward, and then we'll offer the position to another candidate. So again, what we're trying to do is we're only trying to focus our time and effort with people that we think really, really want the job, because if people really want the job and really value the job, they'll do a great job for us. They'll stay with us for a long time. The people that are unsure will tend to be flakier, may call out for jobs, may be late, may not bother doing a very particularly good service with our clients, and we don't want to be working with them. So this is the step-by-step process in our recruitment funnel. It allows us to process through a lot of volume and then quickly narrow down on the best candidates. In my cleaning business, we only recruit 1%. We're looking for those superstar cleaners. So for every 100 applicants, we only actually onboard 1 out of 100 applicants. So we have super high standards that allows us to maintain that high quality that I talk about in our business. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please click the subscribe button if you did. That really, really helps me. On this next video, I'm going to go into a bit more detail about 3 great ways to find these superstar cleaners. And that will just take your recruitment efforts to the next level. So we'll see you on the next one.